Welcome back to the Woeful Garage. I'm going to try and service the brakes. The master cylinder is showing empty at the moment. There was fluid in it last week, which is interesting because it makes me wonder where it all went. So it's definitely going to need a good bleeding and all around general servicing. And my power steering seems to be alright. I don't see any leaks. The hoses look like they were going to pop off, but I tried to get them on tighter and I was not able to. Other than that, I'm going to take a look at the gauge cluster and see if I can figure out why my tach isn't working. Oh, I also wanted to go and clean up and re-torque the engine grounds to make sure I'm getting a good connection everywhere. And that isn't the cause of my tach problems. Alright, I've been neglecting my filming. What I've managed to actually accomplish. I corrected a ground I had going to the oil pan. It was supposed to go to the intake. I guess I'll show that off. Well, I'm not really going to be able to show it off. Yes, you can see the top. This ground is now hooked onto the intake here. I had it, like I said, going down to the oil pan, and that just goes to the firewall. Checked my other grounds, firewall to the power steering bracket. That one's on. Turbo ground, right here. And power steering ground, it's down here. It's on. So yeah, check the grounds. I managed to get this brake bleeder loose, but I ruined the valve and screw, so I got another one. And yeah, I'm going to now try and bleed the brakes, top up the fluid and bleed the brakes, and hopefully none of it's leaking. So, first thing I'm going to do is open the reservoir up and top off the fluid. Now, you can see it's empty in there. We're going to be compressing air, which is not effective for braking because air is, of course, compressible. I got Valvoline brand, .3, .4. Somehow it's both. Not sure I understand that. But that's what it says. So I figured both is better than either one could be individually. I'm sure it has the best qualities of both and none of the worst. So let's come back and watch me top this up. Could really use a funnel for this. Set this down somewhere sturdy, like the ground. Let me just begin pouring. Yes. Yes. Cinematic. Glug, 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 glug. Alright. Oh, plenty. That's plenty. Now I need to try and drain the old fluid. Honestly though, the first thing I want to do is make sure the bleeder valve I bought fits. So I'm going to pull this valve stem out and see what happens. Well, that's unfortunate. And not unexpected. My whole inner wheel well is made of the most brittle plastic, and it's all shattered. The old pump pliers. I need the old vice grips instead. Son of a bitch. Thank the gods. That looks pretty good. There's the new one and the old one. Holy shit. Look at that. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. It fits. Thank God it fits. If that didn't fit, guys, I was gonna freak. He was gonna freak. I wasn't actually gonna freak. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I freak for dramatic effect. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna top the master cylinder off to the max line. So I got the bleeder valve changed. I'm gonna go to the back and start bleeding there. So join me back there. I got one rear wheel off, some big drums, and I think I have a brake fluid leak in the rear. Looks like one of the hard lines is rusted out. We've yet to determine if that's what it is or if it's the rear diff. So get this other wheel off, see if we can figure that out. Okay, see if we can't get this other wheel off. First one came off with a slight kick. Hopefully the second one will do the same. Oh, let me flip over. Alright. Get some wood out. This one's on there good. There it went. Wahoo! Just had to use a steel stake. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Well, first of all, if this doesn't make it clear enough, that's a puddle. That up there is a drain, don't worry about that. This is a puddle though. And then, if we look up, I don't know why I said it like that. If we look up, get in here, ow. The diff is covered in fluid. Here's the back of the diff. Fluid. But the fluid is clear up here. And the brake line happens to run right over there as well. So I'm hoping it's just brake lines. Alright, we've already got a drop. I put some cardboard down. And now we have a drop. That drop is coming off the bottom of the diff. So, let me wipe up that drop. Let me wipe off the bottom of the diff. I'm just trying to clean off the whole diff right now. And anything that looks wet. That way, when I come back, I'll be able to tell what's what. Okay. Well, from what I can tell, if I had to hazard a guess, that green line is the one that's leaking. I can't get my camera up there, but right in front of that little clip, the paint's chipped off and it's rusted. And if it was leaking there, it would come down pretty much everywhere it's coming down, all over the diff and everywhere around it. Ooh, goes to there. Ooh. Okay, I can cut that splice. I think that's the one, guys. It looks easy enough to fix. How lucky could I be that if it is? I'm gonna go push the pedal. Oh, hang on. Okay, guys. I need you to do something for me. I'm gonna go push the brake pedal. Just watch and make sure nothing's leaking. Okay, guys? I'll leave the light here for you. Now, if you see something leak, you gotta let me know. You have to let me know. This is crucial. You know what happened if I lost brakes while I was driving? This is crucial. Now, it's only gonna be on the cardboard. Ignore that shiny spot. Alright, guys, I'm going to hit the pedal. I'm going now. No drips yet? I heard a noise. No drips. That's a good sign. Oh, there's a drip. There's a drip. Is that the same? Where'd that drip come from? There's no way you can film this for me, can you guys? Alright. I'm gonna take this towel and I'm gonna put it on top of the diff under that little rusty spot without getting it too dirty. And then I'll be able to tell if this leaked out or not. I can hear a little squish. Oh yeah, there's the drips. I just had to pump it some more. Ah! Got some rust in my... Oh yeah. Oh buddy. There is no doubt. Guys, I would say I found a leak. That explains where all the fluid went. On the road somewhere. Anyway. Okay, good. That is another thing to add to the list. Well, I'm clearly not bleeding the brakes today. So, I guess I'll just... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. But as soon as I figure it out, you'll be the first to know. Okay, I'm over here trying to remove my drum brakes. And it's not working so hot. This thing is frozen on there pretty good. So I got my very large screwdriver. I got some penetrating oil going in the threads here. Ignore the fact that it's wet already. The other side popped right off, so it's kind of weird that this wheel is more stuck and this drum is more stuck. I'm sure we're going to be doing bearings at some point. Unless I sell it first. This really isn't working. Gonna start small with the ball peen. Sorry. Aha, YouTube saved the day again. Now I saw right along here when I was prying on it, it wasn't moving. So just gave it a few good smacks, saw it break free, and now it's slowly coming off. Alright. Well, that puddle's getting excessively large. Oh no. Alright, I got my brake drums off. Spring came out. It's not really good. Not really good. Not sure what that is for. Interesting though. That's for certain. So this little spring, which fell out weirdly, needs to go here to here. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna try this bent-ass nail. Wow, bent-ass nail is the way to go. Alright. Well, the brake drums look good, honestly. They're not frozen. Got a lot of shoe left on them, not corroded. So I'll just have to change that line and bleed everything out. I think it'll be good to go. Took out my gauge cluster. And now, I cleared some room to work. And I'm going to come take it apart and see if I need to solder the thing that everyone else needs to solder to make the tack work. So let's go take a look at that. First thing I did was put some jerky in. First thing I did was take out these 5 screws. Now I can separate the front faceplate here. Well, there you have it. So, here is my tachometer. Everyone says this red wire causes them problems at some point or another. So I'm doing my little continuity test. OL, open line, this thing will beep when the line is closed, when the circuit is closed. And so I'm just testing these leads to the solder on the back. And they go right to these little screws here. So, we start with yellow. Beeps. It's a good connection. Blue. Good connection. And red. Interesting. Blue, yellow. Alright, that's going to do it for me today. I managed to get the brakes to a serviceable position as soon as I replaced that line. I managed to tear apart my entire gauge cluster. And I'm going to go home with my meter, continue checking this, seeing if I can find any issues. And done some testing, and I'm not really sure what I'm seeing, so I'm going to have to do more research as far as the electronics goes and see if it's a gauge issue or a wiring issue. That's going to be it for me today, though. I got not a lot done, but got a lot of hard stuff done. So, one step closer. We're going to have brakes soon, probably this weekend. Hopefully we get all the gauges working. And then, it'll be time to drive it. Alright, bye y'all. Thanks for tuning in.